Good morning, everyone. So as Rochelle mentioned it, I'm Nadia, and I'm part of the product development team at MapleSoft, and focusing mainly on academic and research customers. So for today's session, I wanted to show you a bit the new improvement, the new command, the new feature that we've implemented in Maple to help you using Maple to teach in class, online, but also to learn some concept and to perform like research and use Maple the way you want it. So just so you know, I won't be able to cover all the new feature, the improvement that may be specific to you. So don't hesitate to visit our website. We have a web page and we've listed all the improvement, the new command and the update, or you can also access them from Maple directly by using, via the help system by typing what's new Maple 2022. Okay, so I'm going to start by sharing my screen and I'm going to stop the camera to make sure that there is no network issue. So let me do this. Sorry. Okay, so now you should be able to see my screen. So I've tried to divide this session in four, I would say, main areas. So first, some improvement that we've made into the user interface of Maple. Then a bit of visualization, because we all love how Maple allows us to generate some really nice plot and graphic and visualize concept and mathematic expression. Then I'm going to spend a bit time on the improvement that we've made for some mathematic routine and commands and all those type of things. And I will finish by the new feature and improvement we've made for teaching and learning using Maple and other products associated to Maple, such as Maple. So without further ado, let's start with the interface improvement. So one of the big new feature that we've implemented in this version is the print layout mode. So this was developed following a lot of requests that we had from some customers. So some customers really like to use Maple to create some really nice looking documents, and then after export them to PDF or print them to share them with colleagues, whether it's like for research when you want to visualize actually your result, your equation, or also for teaching, of course. So we've implemented this new feature to make the life of the user a bit easier. So what I mean by that is, let me show you actually. I have a worksheet here that is an application actually that I got from the application center of Maple. So you can see that in my worksheet, I have an image, I have equation, I have some output input, and I also have a plot. So let's say I want to print actually this document to share it or even to export it as PDF. So the way you would like do it now, in order to make sure that all the content is formatted the way you want it, is you would toggle actually the print layout mode by clicking on this icon here. Or you can also go into File and click on Print Layout mode. So when you do that, this is what you're going to see. And once you're in this mode, unlike some of the other print preview mode that we have, you can customize your content. So let's say you can see that here, this image, I don't see the end of the image, so you can resize it to make sure that you have it entirely in your document. You can also scroll down to see where the break page are into your document. So for example, you see here that you have a page break just before an output, which is not ideal. So you can actually change that by adding a page break, let's say in here. So, sorry. So I'm going to add it here so that way I don't have my page that is totally broken in the wrong place. Something for plot and table, and so you can resize them live while you're in this preview. So you just need to click on it and then resize your plot to make sure that it appears entirely into your document and you see it the way you want. Once you've done that, you just need to save it, export it, or print it the way you want. So this was one. So I hope that you're gonna enjoy this new feature, because this was really highly requested. As I said, we really made it as easy as possible for the user to customize his document. Another great thing that also improved in Maple 2022 is the accessibility features. So now, if you need actually to use Maple combined with a screen reader, you can do it by simply setting up the option going into Tool, Accessibility, and use Screen Reader setting. Once you've done that, this is going to be applied to all your Maple worksheet and further session that you're gonna use with Maple. So this has been actually highly improved to make really Maple more accessible for people using screen readers. Then there are a lot of other little improvements that I will let you explore by yourself. I won't go into detail into each of them, but feel free, as I say, to explore it on our website or in Maple. So now let's switch to visualization, which is, as I say, one of my favorite part in this new version of this new release of Maple. So I'm going to show you a few things actually that have been implemented, and I'm going to try actually to really illustrate actually those concepts. So the first thing is the adaptive plotting sorry. So in Maple 2022, we use actually a smarter adaptive plotting for 2D plot that is really resulting actually in an automatic detection of discontinuity and also a better looking plot by default. So if I take the example of this function, I'm going to just plot it by using the plotting function. You can see that now Maple detects discontinuity in this type of rational function plot. If I use also a sim function such as this one, we're going to have the same result, and Maple is going to detect the discontinuity and plot your function accordingly. A great thing also, as I say, is like in addition to all those things, we also made some plot look better, and this is in part due to the posteriori geometric analysis that is now implemented into the plot command by default. So if I plot, for example, this function, you see that now actually it looks, now I cannot compare because I'm not in another version, but you can see that the plot looks really good and smooth and nice looking. Another great thing in terms of visualization is resizing, zooming, and also panning on some plot. So this is like really specific to some users that use Maple to like for teaching, to visualize some curves, like some function, if you have like some specific point and things like that. So now, when you want to manipulate actually a plot in Maple, we've improved it. So let me show you, for example, like let's say resizing with this function. So if I use once again the plot command, so you can see that by default I'm gonna have this wide range. So I can zoom by using the plot option here in my toolbar. I'm gonna select zoom. I'm gonna select just a portion of this plot. So you can see that this is the plot that I have. And let's say for, I don't know which reason, I want to have like a better view of it and resize actually this plot. So resize the window of the plot. I can just drag it, and you can see that by default, Maple is gonna also update the curve to make it like really good looking and to the size of your plot window. In terms of zooming, you can also see that some functions, such as this one, have been like really improved in terms of having the zoom implemented to them. So if I zoom into just this little portion, I'm gonna have a really nice looking curve, as you can see, even if I zoom like on a really big one. So you can see it. And then finally, for the pan improvement, so you can see that now when a user wants to use the pan option for a plot, so I'm gonna just execute one, the plot is gonna get updated depending on where I move actually my hand. So if I go onto my plot window here and click pan, and click on pan here. So if I take actually my hand here and move it, you can see that now Maple is gonna plot automatically any missing part of the curve by default. So you have it. Next, the plot builder. So this is actually a really nice improvement and a really exciting one, because this has been requested by a lot of users who really like to use the plot builder in Maple to plot some function and visualize some concept without having to know exactly actually the command that is associated to all the plot and the option to that. So now in Maple 2022, you can use the plot builder actually to plot several functions. So in the past, you used to plot one function, then have to drag and drop actually the other one. So you can see that here now I have 3 functions, so 3 trigonometric functions. And when I open my plot builder from my context panel, I get the opportunity to customize each of the curve individually, or I can also change the global option together. So let's say I want to change just actually the blue curve. I can just click on edit. Then I can change, let's say if I want a point plot and change the color. I don't know, let's say I want it in purple. I can do that, then go back to my menu and customize actually one by one all my plot. Another great thing also is the option to generate animated curve using the plot builder in just a click. So once again, here I have two functions. I can use the plot builder to plot both of them together by just clicking on the context panel here. And if I click in there, oh, sorry, so this one. Okay, so just 1 second, because I don't put my cursor. Let's reopen it. Okay, so now you can see that when I've opened my plot builder from the context panel, I get this option, animation, that I can select actually to generate an animated curve, a 2D animated curve. So now I can like customize, of course, my animation. I can also change the type of plot as I've done previously. And when I click on build animation, and then I go on my plot and go into the animation toolbar, I just click and you can see that I have my animation that I can customize once again from the plot builder. So all that actually can be done in just one click via the plot builder in Maple 2022. And for those of you who are wondering, because I've had the question also many times, this improvement is also applicable for 3D plot, polar plot, and many other type of plot. So you can see, for example, for the spree function, this is a 3D plot, and I can customize my 3D plot the same way. Sorry. I can customize my plot the same way. I would do it actually for a 2D plot. So I just go on the specific curve and then I change, I don't know, the color, the type, I don't know, of plot, and then I have it. So we've done also a lot of other improvements in terms of visualization. So once again, feel free to explore them, but like some of the comments that I used actually for plotting some specific function and also mathematical expression have been updated. So for example, if I take this command, the histogram command that is in the statistic package, you can see that we've added actually a new option that allows you to have a stacked histogram plot, which was not possible in the past in just one option. So feel free to go and explore actually those whenever you want. So now let's go into the advanced math improvement that we made into Maple 2022. Once again, there are a lot. So I've just tried to cover, I would say, my 3 top preferred improvement that we've made. But once again, the developers actually have worked a lot on improving the Maple kernel, a lot of command and package, both actually by using customer feedback, but also by making sure that Maple is still at the state of the art on for many applications in mathematics and making the kernel as performant as possible. So first of all, let's start with an example in differential equation. So we've made an improvement in Maple 2022 into the solver, the pdsolve actually command, that is the solver to solve partial differential equation. So if I take, for example, this problem that was not, that Maple 2021 was not able to solve, you can now solve it in Maple 2022 because we've improved the pdsolve command. So it's just executing, sorry. And I got the solution. Another improvement that we've done also is into the DE tool package. So now the find ODE command has been improved because you now have actually several options to have it, and you can see actually now that the calculation time is smaller than it used to be. So if I execute that, do it. Up, and I got my solution. You can see it now. Next, another one that I really like is the improvement that we've made to the integral solve command by adding actually an option that allows you actually to find. I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep having this. Let me just close that. Oh. So yeah, as I was saying, the integrals of command now actually has an option to allow you to determine the solution either numerically or symbolically. So if I take this example with this equation, you can see that by specifying by saying actually numeric true or false, I get my solution into either a symbolic way or numerical. Next, great improvement is actually the change that we've made into the convert command that is in the formal PowerShell package. So for Maple 2022, we've completely rewritten the command to allow actually main improvement and make it like way more efficient and performant. So I've listed here actually few of those improvements, but once again, feel free to explore them into the page directly. So for example, here I've listed the output that we used to have with Maple 2021 and the output that we have now in Maple 2022. So one of the improvements was to allow actually to have more closed form solution, mainly actually for some and also a lot of different type of system. Another one actually another great improvement that we've made to this command by rewriting it is to obtain main solutions that are purely real. So in Maple 2021, you had to specify actually in the command that you wanted actually only the real part of the solution, while now in Maple 2022, it's by default into the command. So you don't have to do it and just add the option, as you can see here. Another great thing is also the opportunity to have more compact answer by using this convert command. So as you can see here in Maple 2021, when we were using it, you can see the size of the solution. Now, by using the same convert command in Maple 2022, you get a way more compact solution that is displayed after that. Now, let's switch to another area, which is the graph theory package. So a lot of commands have been added into this graph theory package in Maple 2022, mainly to allow some testing. So to test some characteristic of the graph. So there is like a command to test if a graph is an integral graph, if it's a comparability graph, and much more. So I've shown you just a simple example here. So by calling once again the graph package, generating a graph, I'm drawing my graph, and then I'm using the isIntegral graph command to check if my graph is or not an integral graph. We've also added actually two new commands actually to the special graph subpackage to allow that, which are two commands that allows you to compute the k-array arborescence to a given depth. So this is an example that illustrates the use of those two new commands. So I'm just going to execute, draw my graph, and then use actually those to get the age, get it, edge, and get that. So this illustrates once again actually the use of those two new commands. So I hope that I haven't lost anyone actually on that part. And once again, as I say, feel free to explore all those new advanced math feature and improvement we've made into Maple 2022 by going into our webpage or either going into the help system and what's new Maple 2022. Now, I just wanted to spend a bit more time actually onto the improvement we've made into the teaching and learning part and feature with Maple. So let's go into that. The first thing that in which we've spent some time actually for Maple 2022 was improving actually the solution steps. So getting the steps for solving a specific problem was already actually available into the previous version of Maple, but we got a lot of teacher who asked us if we could expand it to a lot of other type of areas, so mathematics, solving type of problems. So we've worked actually on developing either new command or making sure actually that existing command covers way more problems in order to display the steps to solve those problems. So I'm going to take a simple example to show you how you can use actually those new improvements and also those new commands. So just as a reminder, all the steps, the show step solution and all those things are available from the student package. So reminder once again for those of you who may be new to Maple, you just need to go into tool, load a package and load the specific package in order to have access to those commands. So in our case, for the solution steps and simplify steps, it's the student basics package. So I'm just loading my package by using the command. And let's say, I'm teaching at a very low level math class, and I'd like actually to get the student to know actually how to simplify some fraction. So I could do it via the context panel simply. So I'm gonna just load my expression. So let's say I want to see actually how this gets simplified. So I just need to go into my context panel, student basics, and I can see that I have actually two commands. So I have the fraction steps command and the simplify steps command. So the difference between those two, so you'll get of course the same result, but it's just that the fraction steps command gives you more detail actually when you simplify it. Okay. Oh, that is happening. Sorry. I'm gonna show you. So these are the steps actually that you get by get it, and then this is the step that you get with the simplify steps. So once again, we've developed this fraction steps command to give actually more steps and more detail into this type of calculation. The simplify steps command has been also expanded to a lot of different type of problems. So here, for example, is the simplification of a radical. You can see it, and we've also applied it actually to some trigonometric expression. So you can also use it with trigonometric function and see how it gets simplified by using specific actually specific steps. So in addition to this simplify steps and improvement to access to a lot of steps into Maple, we've also developed a new command that is called the curve. Sorry, I'm gonna try to pronounce it correctly. It's the curve sketch steps. So as I said, this one is a new command that allows the student to see actually the step needed to sketch the graph of a specific expression. So we went from using actually simply really basic function to also some like more complex expressions such as trigonometric function, logarithmic, or even polynomials function. So I've just selected like this simple function, and I'm going to show you actually how you can see how it works. So when I execute this command, what I get actually is once again a step-by-step guidance for the student to see how we can plot actually this expression depending on the parameters that are around. So that way he can either reproduce it on his notebook and make sure actually that he understands the concept of the function that is behind. Another great thing about this new curve sketch steps command is that it includes the option to generate actually those steps not into Maple, this content not into Maple directly, but into MapleLearn, which is an online version of Maple that is accessible from the browsers. So you can see that when I execute this second command and putting actually the option output equal link, then I get a web link simply that I can open. So when I click on this link, also it's opening my other window. Then I get my steps directly into MapleLearn. So that way the student can also visualize all of this online via MapleLearn. So for those of you who are not familiar with MapleLearn, feel free once again to contact us and have a look at our website. We have an entire page actually and documentation dedicated to explain you how to use it and what is the purpose of MapleLearn. But just in a few words, MapleLearn is in an online version of Maple that is purely focused on teaching and learning some concepts. So we've made it like really easy for student and teacher to use the performance of Maple, but online and in a really simplified actually interface that doesn't require actually to know a specific language such as the Maple language. So actually I'm going to do the transition to the next category while I'm talking about MapleLearn is how to build actually and share interactive content in Maple, because this is something once again that is a really great improvement in this new version of Maple 2022. And this is something that we've built actually by using customer feedback, working with teacher to make sure actually that we implement all the function and command to allow the teacher to build actually online and interactive content that they can share with the student and really to allow the student to understand and really explore and have fun, I would say, to when they do their math, their homework for any actually topic related to math or non-math course. So when it comes to Maple 2022, so once again, we've worked a lot on extending the Canvas package, adding like new command and improving it also to allow creation of interactive application programmatically. So the Canvas package actually provides a framework for any Maple user to easily build an application that can either be used into Maple directly, so I will show you how to do this, or that can be used into Maple Learn by once again generating a web link that way and then be shared with the student or the teacher or the colleagues. So first of all, let me show you one of the great examples, one of the great improvements that we've made actually in Maple 2022, because we've added actually a lot of different mechanism, I would say easy mechanism, to generate actually page that contain math, text, and other elements. So for example, for this one, I've shown you how actually you can use once again the document tool Canvas package to generate an interactive document that contains an image, so a 3D plot. So let me execute that. I get my command and then I click on show canvas, and this is what I get actually. So you can see that now I get actually my little interactive application where I can come and play actually with the plot and visualize it. If at any point, once again, you want to share and generate a link, you just need to use actually the share canvas command and you'll get actually the share link. Another great improvement that we made into Maple 2022 is the new integral practice and differential practice command. So those two commands actually they extend the algorithm that is behind the solve feedback command. So don't hesitate to go and explore actually our help page on the solve feedback command. But let me show you actually what you can do actually with those two. With one of them, the new integral practice command. So I've just once again called my grading package, and then I've generated actually this little interactive application. So once again, I can stay into Maple and play with it, or I can also import it in Maple. So let me show you a bit like this, how the power of the solve feedback command used actually for this. So here I'm in a simple case where I need to solve, I'm not gonna say simple, but I need to solve an indefinite integral. So I'm gonna solve it step by step, and I'm gonna try to make a mistake on purpose just to show you what is happening. So I should have, let me drag that, and then I think that I get this. Then I'm gonna enter another line, and I'm gonna make a mistake at that point actually. Let's do this. I'm gonna forget the minus sign, then call back again this x, and then I'm gonna finish by typing x plus, so the integral is sinus x. Sorry. Okay, so I've solved my problem step by step, and by using this button, that is a way actually to use the solve feedback command. I'm just checking if there is an answer. You're gonna see what is gonna happen. Maple is gonna check actually step by step everything that I've done. So you can see that here I've made a mistake, so that's why it's gonna tell me, okay, no, please check this here, and to make sure actually that I correct it, and and see at which, I would say, point I've made a mistake. So of course this is like just a few lines of resolution, but this also works actually for a lot of other type of program. I'm not sure what is. No, it's good. And now when I show that, yeah, I get it. So as I say, I've built actually this little interactive application by just using two commands into Maple. But if you want actually to also build it online, the same way I've done it previously, nothing stops you actually to use actually the option output link and then switch to Maple Learn, our online tool that allows you actually to share it with the student, and you get exactly the same thing. So the student can play with Maple Learn and then solve step by step his integral. So I'm gonna make a mistake and just stop at that point, and he can also click on check button, and he will get actually the same type of feedback as he had when he was in Maple. Another great really nice improvement actually into Maple 2022 is the OnClick Event. So what we've done actually is adding this command that allows you actually to react to events such as clicking on a plot or even like moving an image on the canvas, so on the Mapleland canvas. So I'm just going to show you briefly the code that is behind actually that, because it's a bit long. But once again, this is available into our documentation, so really don't hesitate. But I'd like to show you actually the document that is aligned to that. So, okay, so I'm not sure why my code edit region is so small, but this is quite a lot of code, so I don't want to bore you or scare you, or even scare you actually by showing you all the code, but I want to show you actually the end result when I use actually those new commands. So this, I've clicked here and I got my Mapleland command. So by using this click on plot functionality that is now implemented into Maple, I've programmed actually a document, a Mapleland document, and you can see that now what the student can do with this click on plot is he can click anywhere on the plot, get 2 points, and Mapleland is gonna get the curve that is associated actually with those 2 points together with the equation. So let's say I get just a simple line, I get that. I can add another point if I want. And Mapleland is going to also plot and follow actually the path and give the proper equation of the curve. Oh, I've added more, but you can see actually here what is going on. Let's say I want to add a 4th point, and you can go on like that actually indefinitely and add point and see actually how by using this click on point you get an interactive document where the student actually can play, build the curve, see the equation of the curve, and to be honest, much more. This is really just a simple illustration on how to use this OnClick plot event. Then, so I'm gonna finish by something that I really like actually with Maple 2022, and of course always linked to this Mapleland functionality, is including the steps into interactive document, whether it's in Maple once again or in Mapleland. So I've shown you previously how to access steps into Maple, so by using the student basics package and some simplified steps or other like step-by-step solution command. But you can also actually access those steps when you build some interactive application and hide actually the steps command behind the button. So then the student can get actually some quizzes or even like some other type of document where he can solve a problem and then access the steps the way he wants. So a great thing about Maple 2022 is you have 2 ways to include steps into your interactive application and your document. So the first way is simply actually by using the steps that are built into Maple. So the step that you can access from some package. So for example, here you can see that you have the determinant step that is in the student linear algebra package. So you can access it that way. You can, once again, I've showed it in Maple, but you can have it in Mapleland. But the other great thing with all this like document tools package and steps is that now you can also create your own steps output into Mapleland. So let's say, I don't know, for some reason you want the student to learn a specific methodology to solve an integral or a problem or a derivative. You can actually program those steps, program the way Mapleland actually is going to return your result. So I've created, one of our content developer created a quiz, a document, and wanted to illustrate actually the way you get, the steps in 2 different ways. So the first way here, so when I use actually this once again, the document tools canvas command, the first button is going to show me how to use the steps the way programmatically. So the way I want actually the student to see the steps. So in this program, we've made it in a way that the student would see the formal definition of solving an integral. So by using the limits and all the limits calculation. And then we developed also another button. So this one, gives answer to, which is a button that just returns the steps from Maple. So you can see that here we've used the student calculus package with the show solution for a differential. So let me show you what the document look like when I develop programmatically actually my steps, or when I use Maple and Maple kernel for the steps. So this is my quiz that corresponds to the worksheet that I showed previously. And you can see that once again, I've made it like really interactive and included some buttons by using all the document canvas tool functionality. And so the student will have the option so to use Maple Learn, of course, his space to work through the problem. Then he can answer his problem. So in our case, we are doing numerical evaluation of derivatives. So I'm going to put something wrong once again, totally random. And you can click on check and answer. Okay, correct, not correct. It can also generate an infinite number of exercise by simply clicking on try another. So you can use once again Maple functionality to randomize actually your exercise and your expression. And then if at any point he's stuck and he doesn't understand the I don't know why he's made a mistake. So once again, I'm going to enter something completely random. Okay, this is going to be incorrect. You can use the button that I've developed actually from Maple. So as I say, the formal definition button that I've scripted myself by specifying actually the methodology and the steps, and the derivative rule button that is actually the steps that are extracted from the student package in Maple. So if he clicks here, he's going to get the formal definition. So you can see that those are the steps that I've programmed from Maple. Or you can click on derivative rule, and here is going to get the steps from the student package. So you can recognize actually the format, because this is exactly what I've shown you, how to solve a problem step by step in Maple. So I hope that once again, I haven't lost a lot of people. I really wanted once again to show you like some of the great features. So this is like a really I'm not gonna say short, but like really my top improvement into Maple 2022 for this area. There is much more actually that we've done, as you can easily guess. And so feel free to go and explore it on our website. So we've made the list that you can explore per topic. So once again, we've made also improvement to language and programming, to performance. If you want to explore actually the different improvement that we've made also, please have a look. And we've also actually developed a lot of new connectivity too with Maple 2022, namely actually the new Jupyter package. So please don't, if you're a Jupyter user, please don't hesitate to have a look at it and give us your feedback and give it a try. We'd be happy actually to hear what you think about it.